makes investments to the Carlyle Group. Brown, Darling, that pernicious twat Darling. Blair, Cameron, every one of those monkers down there in Westminster have got shares in the Carlyle Group, who own 60% of INEOS. INEOS have the contracts to rape this country.
Well,
from its natural resources.
No,
we
that's
don't
fucking
need
what?
shale gas. We need the water that exists in Scotland.
Exactly.
We have clean energy. We can put all our resources into the clean energy programme. Solar and wind. 25% of all European solar energy and wind energy comes from Scotland.
Exactly.
We cannot exist without the most precious commodity in our country is water. We rely on it with our livestock, our whiskies, our fisheries, even our iron brew is made from the precious water in Scotland. It is all our government right here to maintain that status quo and keep INEOS out of Scotland. Put pressure on your local governments, your councillors, because right now as we stand here, they are being wined and dined all over this country. Councillors, don't trust them. Governments, don't trust them.
Never! Never!
Become keyboard warriors, like you are. You're enormous, aren't you? You're enormous. You're legion. You won't forget, you won't forgive. And I will expect you to honour that moniker.
Fucking right, mate!
That's the fracking part. I'm not going to bore you with the chemicals. You all know what the chemicals are. There's about up to 750 insidious chemicals that goes into that ground.
Depleted radiation and all.
Where do you think it goes?
Fucking
into
idiots.
the aquifer, into your water system. You'll be lighting your taps and you're going, Ma, we don't need a fire on tonight. Look, we've got heat out the kitchen tap. That's how bad it is. I'm not going to bore you with all the gory details. You know what to do. Put pressure on your councillors and don't let them take your water or
it's cool as fuck,
poison your
Can't
water
see on
with
the camera.
toxins.
Well, you could have
Now
made
let's get back to the referendum. I'll touch lightly.
Trailing
Pass you on to
people
these
right
lovely
up the
boys here are going to entertain you. You were duped at the referendum. There are companies out there that are called think tanks. I think you know who they are. Tavistock Institute, Cato Institute, the Rand Institute, but there's one you don't know about. It's called Le Cercle. It's based in DC, but it derived from Westminster.
Obviously.
Norman Lamont is in charge of it. Now what these think tanks have done in the last 2 years, they've garnished information from each and every one of you here. They've tapped into your phones. They've tapped into your computers. They know what you eat for breakfast. They know what you buy in the stores. Who controls that? Not the government. There's a layer of government above Westminster. You probably don't know who it is. The NRO, the National Reconnaissance Office. They have a budget of $9.5 billion. They're in charge of the 17 major security companies all over the world. They're in charge. They're up there right now and they're probably listening to this speech. Because according to them, we're all terrorists.
Hey!
According to the NRO, according to MI6, MI5, we are all terrorists. How did we become terrorists?
Standing up for freedom.
We have an inalienable right to speak our minds and defend our national resources. Excuse me? Freedom of speech, correct. An educated person, that's dangerous in today's society. An educated person. They're trying to take away the World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee is fighting the multinationals. He's the man that procured the World Wide Web for free. All you people can educate yourself when you're in the toilet. You can teach yourself how bad and how insidious and pernicious these governments are. They don't care about you. All they care about is their shareholders.
Exactly.
the Carlyle groups, they're all over the world,
Right.
the big banks. And
Bilderberg.
please don't anybody tell me it's the Rothschild, because you're right, it is the Rothschild, but that's not what their name is. They are the Bauer family, the wealthiest family in the world, with 500 trillion. That makes you sick. They can end world poverty in 2 seconds. Right, well, I'm desperate for a glass of edinbrugh. So I could stand here for another 4 days and pontificate about how bad the world is. But you know what? Scotland's a great place. Scotland has got integrity, morals, sophistication, intelligence, and just sheer fun people, brand new people. And the real Ashley was talking earlier tonight about being kind to your neighbour. I like that. There's nowhere in the world that we can say that. We all look after each other. And those nupties over here try to hit a wee boy for a sight in Shakespeare, or Robbie Burns should be ashamed of themselves. That's not what this is all about. Squeeze me. The GCHQ.
TTIP.
Honestly, I'm not versed on it. I can't stand here and vociferate what you're talking about. Honestly, if I would, I could. Trust me. I could go on for days, honestly. I've been around the world many, many times. I'm talking traversed this globe. In that profession that I work in the movie industry, I'm privileged to be in the circles of some of these numpties. And I sit in horror at some of their stories. I'm shocked at the greed, the hubris greed. Now, trust me, I won't be invited back to the parties, because I burned my bridge the first day I was there. Prince Philip invited me down to what do you call it, the palace down there south of the border, St. James's Palace. And I stood side by side with Paul Gascoigne, giving out the Duke of Edinburgh awards, and Paul said to me, "Sean, you better talk, man. I don't know what to say." Prince Philip, I don't know what you're talking about, pal. Wait till I'm done and you tell the audience, right? That'll be okay?